The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do the show Monday to Friday because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. Guys, it's not 9 a.m. as usual, but it's close. It's very close to 9 a.m. So, on the dollar plus some more, give or take. How's everybody doing in the chat? I hope you're doing well. Today is a very, very eventful day. Today is the day we're gonna find out whether we're gonna go down to 10k or we're gonna go down to 100k. Today is gonna happen. 100k, or 10k. It's either else. It cannot be anything else. We cannot go sideways. It's gonna go up to 100k or down to 10k, and that's what we're gonna find it out, because today is the FOMC meeting, the Fed interest rate meeting. The price in is 0.75. That's what we are hoping for. That's what we are begging for. 0.5 means 200k. 0.75 means 100k. 1% means 10k. So it's a little bit exciting. It's the most anticipated FOMC meeting ever in the history of Bitcoin. I don't think anybody has anticipated this that much, because every time they have done something with the interest rates, the price of Bitcoin moves big time. So we're gonna look at price of Bitcoin, what's happening on the charts, how is it looking, are we gonna go up, are we gonna go down. We're gonna look at DXY, the dollar index. We're gonna look at the dollar index, how it's been performing. Right now it's pumping a little bit, but Bitcoin is not yet dumping. That's a good thing. And we're gonna look at S&P 500, stock market, Russian stock market. I think it's dumping down big time. Let me check it up here, just quickly up here. Russian stock market is down 3%. Yesterday it was down almost 10%. The new eventful stuff that's happening with World War III is that Russia is now mobilizing another 300,000 soldiers for the war, and will that affect the price of Bitcoin? I don't know. So we're gonna see. So there is definitely events happening right now. It is a very exciting day. We need to know what's gonna happen. So let's look at who's in the chat, and then we're gonna look at a little bit Bitcoin, DXY, and so forth. Edward Too Good first in the chat. Good morning, man. How you doing? Dutch Racing is in the chat. Hello there. How you doing, man? Mladen Petrov, morning. How you doing? Desi Salem Meister, Tusam, M21 photo. Hi G is in the chat. Sputnik, morning. How you doing, man? Solsack, when pump? Today, maybe pump. Sputnik in the house. Yeah, Mladen. He's Bobbly Fat. Morning, everybody. We gotta know what's happening. That's why we do the Bitcoin Daily every single day, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Central European Time. And if you're not subscribed yet, I don't care, but you gotta have notifications on, because you gotta get notifications. YouTube notifications are the worst, mechanism ever. They only send, even if you got like 200,000 subs, they're gonna send notifications maybe only to 5,000 subs or something like that. Like, it's the worst thing ever. You gotta hit notifications button and put I want all notifications from the late adopter. You gotta put that. If you don't have that, you're not getting notifications. Good day, legends. Good day, Vanilla. How you doing, man? Sola Claudia, how you doing, man? Hey guys, Nate Spurs in the chat. How you doing? Nate Spurs, long time no see, man. How the moon's working so far? It's not how much they rise the rates that matters. The market will respond to what Powell says. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, you guys, if you remember last time. It's not last time, maybe time before that, something like that. Interest rates were actually quite bullish, but it's what he said that matter. So how development of interest of inflation is going and stuff like that, what he says in the press conference might also have an impact on the price. So oftentimes you could have bullish events, like bullish let's say we get 0.5 interest rate. It's very, very bullish, but he says next time we're gonna increase by 2% because this is going out all over the expectations. Inflation is skyrocketing. What he says, it also matters a lot. Hello John, how you doing? The central plan, pump it soon. Every time Powell speaks, he says we have a lot more work to do. Maybe market gets bored and that we get a relief pump. Yeah, that might be also the case. At one point, people really don't care. In the start, there is always a lot of fear. Then fear goes over in, waiting, and after that, you're kind of desensitized, I don't know, desensitized by the events, and you don't really care anymore. And that's actually what we're waiting for. We know that we are going towards upside, so you know, inflation going towards upside. But you know, when people stop caring and you know, kind of price it in, you know, that's where that's what we like. I think Powell will make markets bounce, but only short term. That might be a case. Anthony, Malvar Cruz, Tila, today, dump Daddy song, 17,590. 17,590, that's not that far. That's only down here. That's only down on the support level. The moon will take over from Powell when Powell finishes. Yeah, we got a new moon coming as well up. Jay, sheesh. We're going up, then a massive dump. Yeah, it could be that, you know, we could start in one direction and then, you know, end in another direction. That's very possible. That happened, I think, the last couple of times. So, you know, I think maybe that's the most realistic outcome, you know, fake out to one side and then, you know, bounce to other. Are they going to raise it above 75 raise point, guys? What you think? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that we got to do a little bit research when it comes to interest rates, because dollar index is actually just... it's just you know, measuring the dollar value versus a basket of other currencies like Italian, Spanish, German, English, pound and stuff like that, right? And if all of these other nation currencies is getting more devalued than dollar goes up, right? So I think we gotta do a little bit of research on that and check out, you know, how much are these other currencies in the basket increasing their rates. So if they are increasing rates by you know, more than dollar, then we can actually expect dollar to go down. If they're increasing it less or same, we can expect dollar to go up, which might be bad for Bitcoin. There's so much bearishness. Every single channel is sure about dumps. Every single channel, including this one. I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think the future of Bitcoin chart is already written out in quantum states. Ever-changing set of probabilities. Bottom of 100 basis points, 75. Gort already priced in. Patang, Gort, J. Rice Weavers in the chat. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ryan. Roland, today dump will be epic. Maybe Russia will mobilize more percent of reserves and all inside Russia, not even in conflict zones. All FUD. I think it might be FUD, but you know, it's still a, you know, escalation of previous events, so you know, it's not stopping anytime soon. It's not stopping anytime soon. Anne Marie, morning. How you doing, Anne Marie? ReTube NL, good morning. The trade is today. The trade is today. I think so. You know, guys, whether you are bearish or bullish, it might be very, very good, you know, trade today. You know, just before the FOMC meeting, you know, enter a, you know, small position towards upside, downside, because the move will be gigantic. The move will be gigantic. Either way, the move will be gigantic. So you know, the question is which way is gonna go the move go. That's the big thing. Sagar Kate is in the chat. Good morning, Sagar Kate. How you doing? Vishal, Vishwanath, pump or dump. We are not breaking the June low. I'll keep telling that until it invalidates Bitcoin. I hope so. Stanko, buy XRP. XRP actually broke towards upside. I'm gonna show you a chart of XRP as well. It looks good though. It looks better than Bitcoin. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Vinet, how you felt after a long 10x on top for a few days? Very, very bad. That's good news, because all these channels thought Bitcoin would go to 200 last bull run. Yeah, it might be good news. 54% of the basket is euro. And how much did euro increase its interest rate? That's the big question. I think the XY is only 4 currencies. It might be 4. I don't know how many currencies it is. So we're gonna do a little bit of research on that after I look at a Bitcoin and DXY, because I need to know when, number one, when are they increasing the interest rates? Are they increasing it after the Fed or before the Fed? Changing interest rate, not increasing, you know, because they can decrease it. And number two, if they already increase it, we can already kind of start pricing in whether, you know, DXY should, you know, continue towards upside, downside. So, you know, we can also check some history of how they have been reacting to the Fed rates. So if Fed has been going 0.75% up and euro, for example, is going by 1% up, you know, that might also indicate that euro is going to increase its interest rates towards upside. So we're going to check that a little bit up. Edward, too good. Gamble. Yeah, exactly. We're going to gamble today, guys. I think we're going to gamble today, because we got to gamble on the upside, downside, you know, because it is a... Yeah, I don't think it's sell the news event or buy the news event, but it's definitely be ready for the news event. So that is that. We should check what 8-ball says, just to be sure. What do you think about Lunk? Oh, don't get me. Don't, you know, Lunk is, you know, I don't know. Okay, guys, let's go and do the thing that we gotta do, Bitcoin. And as you can see over here, we gotta, you know, yesterday I also gonna show you 2015 chart that says that, you know, we might be at some kind of bottom. I'm gonna show you. It's a really nice chart. I mean, it's one more thing that shows that we are at the bottom. It's really nice. It's really nice. I'm gonna show you. Yesterday, I was very bearish. I gotta tell you guys, I'm thinking about selling everything, you know, and it's really hard. When I don't look at other YouTube channels, when I don't look at news and stuff like that, I can just look at the charts and you know, I kind of relax a little bit, right? But then you look at all this FUD news and stuff like that, you know, war news, this, that, you know, these channels coming out with these crazy ideas about how we're gonna dump down to 10K, and you cannot but feel bearishness, right? You kind of get bit by the FUD, and I gotta tell you guys, I got bit by the FUD. Unfortunately, I got bit by the FUD, so I went from, you know, being strongly bullish to being, you know, bearish, and right now, you know, I'm kind of in fear, you know, what's gonna happen. Today I'm a little bit better because, you know, the Russia didn't start, you know, third world war yet. You know, there is no nuclear weapons being used just yet, so you know, we're not gonna dump instantly, so that's a good thing. But you know, there is so much bearishness, guys. There is so much bearishness, and it's really hard. It's really hard. So you know, I'm still you know, thinking what I'm gonna do. You know, how this is actually gonna play out. And could I sell? I could sell everything. I could sell everything because if you start dumping it up, but it's really hard. It's really hard. I don't want to sell. So I told you guys I still have 20% left in cash for the altcoins. I still haven't bought any altcoins. But what I might do, instead of just selling, I just might, you know, hedge my position with a short, 5x short or something like that, because it's 20%, so you know, 5x is gonna hedge my short, hedge my position. So if I see that you know, the news are bad, instead of just selling, you know, I just might hedge position with those 20%, and it's all gonna be good, right? So it might be something like that. So you know, whether I'm gonna hedge the position or sell or do something like that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because if you have to sell, then you gotta go all of these exchanges, you know, to your dexes and sell this, sell that, you know. It's just so much work, you know. I don't want to do the work, you know. I just want to, you know, sit here and just wait for the next 3 years, you know, to the bull market top, and you know, be finished with it. We're closer to the bottom than the top. We're closer to the bottom of the top. Oh my god, we had the intro for 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes intro. Wow, that's a long time. So let's see what's actually happening on the chat and on the chart. So there are a couple of lines up here on the chart. The first one is up here. This channel over here might be a little bit different up here. There is two ways actually to draw this. This is an expanding channel up here. So the expanding wedge towards downside, which is actually quite bullish up here. So we get some kind of move up here towards downside, and not breaking this low towards downside over here. This is actually quite bullish. So any kind of move without breaking this low down here, which will actually be very bullish for the price. Now the fact that we did not come all the way to the top with this move up here, if this is an expanding wedge, is actually a little bit bearish. You want actually to hit the top up here, then go down here, and then you know, you want to continue hitting the top. That's the trick. You want to continue hitting the top, and we are not right now hitting the top. We are going down here. So if you do something like this, we break the support down here, we go all the way down here, and you know, then do a bounce up here, and then you know, create a lower low. We are changing kind of the direction up here. This actually looks very bearish, right? But as long as we hold this level on the downside down here, I think around 18.4, 18.5, give or take, this actually might be very bullish for us. Captain is in chat. Hi Captain, how you doing? Hope you're doing better today. Captain had an accident on the motorcycle, so we all wish her, you know, well. So there is that. So you know, this expanding channel, it's a small time frame. It's a 4-hourly time frame, but it might tell us, you know, what Bitcoin is gonna do. The other way to draw this over here is to draw it something like this. This looks actually like a channel. We can actually make a, you know, decent channel out of this line up here, give or take. something like this channel. This actually looks a lot better, and I can see also here, if you start continue dumping down here, we'll still get to this this level on the downside. This midline up here is still giving us this midline at the bottom over here. That's actually kind of supports. So as long as we hold the midline, you can see here we held the midline over here, we broke right back up above it up here right now, you know, going up here. As long as we hold the midline, you know, it's fine, you know. So this looks bullish as long as we hold the midline up here, bounce over here, and, you know, get out. That's gonna be good. However you look at it, this is a 4-hourly downtrend over here. This actually should be more bullish than bearish, but of course, if the news is very bad, we can you know, immediately start dumping on the downside. Now if this actually happens, sorry about that. But if this actually happens, you know, we might see some kind of 7.5 down here. Now 7.5 down here is exactly down here at the bottom, previous bottom over here. You know, this week on the downside, you can see this week on the downside. Where is the week on the downside? And you can see that if we start dumping down here, we can actually, in fact, get all the way down to 7.6 and still be bullish because it's just re-hitting this previous, you know, week low on the downside, retesting that, and then still inside the channel and still bounce out of the channel eventually, right? So of course we are not yet quite, you know, 100% bearish. We don't see you know, the bad stuff, although it is starting slowly moving towards downside, and we are breaking definitely some levels, especially this level that I did not want to break is actually broken big time. This also looked like some kind of retest on that level. You can see a retest on that level over here. So, you know, we need to get it back above 19,798, give or take, up here to be bullish again. So this might be creating some kind of, maybe some kind of double bottom up here. If that goes something like maybe some kind of shoe pattern up here towards upside. So a little bit hard to say what's going to happen. The FOMC meeting will definitely, you know, even though the chart shows bullishness, maybe because number one, it is falling channels over by definition bullish. Even if the chart shows bullishness, the news can affect the mood, the sentiment in people, and change the direction of whatever you're looking at. So news can definitely have a huge effect on the price, and maybe it's already priced in, maybe it's already looking like you know, bad. But right now, if you look at a channel, we are actually hitting the channel on the top side, which is a good thing. Now that's the short term, that's what we're expecting. So, you know, when the FOMC meeting comes, and the FOMC meeting is in 2.5-3 hours, give or take. When the FOMC meeting comes, what we are looking at actually for big moves is, you know, move outside of the channel. So you move outside of channel towards upside, we might expect a pump. It moves towards downside, we might accept a dump. There might also be, you know, fake outs towards upside and downside. We do not know how this is actually gonna play out, but right now everything depends on this channel and how this is actually gonna go. Now, as I said in the start, let me show you hopium. What you're gonna see on this chart up here. Let's go to BLX chart, daily chart up here, daily chart. Yesterday I was kind of in the bearish mood, so I was looking for some kind of hopium, some kind of you know, optimism in the chart, and I found something. You know, it's not much, but it's something, you know, it's something. So if you look at a chart from 2018 and how this actually played out, so what you're gonna see here, it's a very simple chart. It's a very simple chart, and it's a very bullish chart. After the capitulation phase up here, came up here. After capitulation phase up here, what we did actually, we just went into some kind of falling wedge up here, right? There was a falling wedge on the charts, give or take up here, maybe something like this up here, give or take. There was a falling wedge, and it's a very simple chart. You fall down, you go into, you know, mass capitulation, you go into the falling wedge, which is actually bullish by nature. You break that falling wedge towards upside, which is bullish. After that, you go into a rising channel, which is a little bit bearish. But at the end of that rising channel, you actually break towards upside. Of course, you know, you explode towards upside. Rising channel on the bottom breaks towards upside, huge bullishness. Also, this breaks towards upside exactly at the top up here. It's a very simple chart, and right now it's not so simple because, you know, we don't have a falling wedge after the move. We have actually a rising wedge, and we don't have right now any kind of upward channel. We have a downward channel, so it's kind of a little bit bullish. But, you know, is it? You know, it's a little bit different. This is a very simple, nice chart. This is a nice capitulation with the bottom falling wedge towards downside, where we go towards upside. But if you look at how we are doing right now, we got nothing like this. It's not even close to what is now. And if you look at this up here, let's go to 2-day chart over here because it's easier to draw on this. This is actually a very nice, you know, some kind of rising wedge up here. You see rising wedge. We broke that rising wedge towards downside. We went to the bottom over here, and right now we are, you know, slowly, you know, moving even towards downside over here. Over here might even be some kind of you know, some kind of channel over here that we broke out of. But guys, this actually happened once before. This actually happened once before. So we know that this over here might have been a capitulation phase, or we are assuming that, but this actually happened before. So if you go back to 2015, if you go to 2015, look here guys, look here. Where is it? So this over here, where was it? Yeah, something like this. So this over here might have been some kind of a, you know, very weird rising wedge up here, right? Rising wedge, give or take, up here. Maybe we're gonna pull it a little bit on downside, something like this up here, right? There is a rising wedge. So we know that in 2015, this over here, this was a capitulation phase. It went from, you know, 400 down to 165. This was a huge move towards downside. This was a 65% move towards downside in a matter of, I don't know how long. It's definitely a capitulation phase. And after this capitulation phase, we went into a rising wedge over here. And after that rising wedge, we went into some kind of channel. Now, how you draw this channel, you know, it might be a little bit different, but, you know, it does look like, you know, we are in the same kind of channel up here. And look here, these two charts look the same. Doesn't it look the same? Look here, rising wedge with a channel towards downside, where we broke the channel towards downside. Right now, retesting that down here. And let's go back here, of course. Where is the chart? There you go. Right, rising wedge into a channel, broke that towards that side. Right now we are retesting that on the downside, right? It might be the same. It might be the very same chart, right? And because we are in the same, what are you gonna say? It's a little bit different, right? When you have rising wedge towards upside and then channel towards downside at the top of something after you have been pumping for ages, you know, it's a lot more different than when you are at capitulation stage and you have the same patterns, right? So these things happen at the very same stage. After the capitulation, we got a rising wedge with a channel towards downside that we broke towards upside. Now, if these two things are to be played, if these two you know, patterns are to be played exactly the same, the thing that we can expect from this move up here right now, if you just look at, you know, history and some kind of how this actually happened before, is that we right now are sitting down here on this bottom of this channel and waiting for this move towards upside. After this move, there, you know, there was another retest over here on the downside, double bottom up here, and after that, it's only after that that we got this, you know, huge escalation towards upside. Something big happened up here and explode towards upside. Now the times are a little bit different, you know. There are a lot more players in the chat in this space, so how this actually gonna play out, but it does give you some kind of optimism and some kind of, you know, hope that, you know, maybe, just maybe, we're gonna get right now this kind of move up here. And this move up here was something like, you know, 40% move towards the upside. Are we gonna get a 40% move towards the upside after the FOMC meeting? You know, that depends to be seen, but it is a nice chart, definitely nice chart. Now let's go look at what's happening with DXY. And we have been, you know, me included, have been, you know, screaming that, you know, it's done, but it just never gets done. And the DXY is still pumping towards the upside. You see these two lines on the bottom side, they are still not broken. This is the major, because it doesn't matter how you draw these two lines. It's only after you break these two lines on the downside that, you know, that you are technically done with the trend. So this entire trend, ever since, you know, January, you know, 2022, entire year, this big move towards the upside, it's been just slowly going up here and then increase the speed over here. But this increasement of speed is not, it's not letting go. It's not letting go. We are getting, you know, more violent moves, bigger wicks towards upside. There are divergences on the chart, but that does not matter, because when something is strongly bullish, it doesn't care about divergences. It can definitely break towards upside here. There is definitely some kind of line over here. I'm looking at, you know, to hit that eventually. Right now that's a 111 over here, and we are still not, this is still not done. Unfortunately, this is still not done. It's still climbing towards upside. You can see here how we broke this you know, this this trend towards downside and climb back up above, you know, and we are coming very, very close to 111 up here. Now, during the FOMC meeting, if we just explode this towards the upside, it just might be, you know, that that this is gonna increase in speed. So this increases in speed once it starts breaking the trends, you know, resistance lines up here. So if it breaks the resistance line, the inflation is increasing, the, you know, DXY is increasing towards the upside. It might be a big bad wolf for Bitcoin. Now the optimism up here right now is that we are gonna, you know, get some kind of good news from the FOMC. We're gonna hit the top up here, and then we're gonna go down, and then, you know, below the lines. That's the big hope. That's the big hope right now, because if you look at over here on the, oh, we don't have any kind of indicators. If you look at indicators up here, especially on the weekly time frame, over here we had right now triple divergence, sorry, double divergence. So you got a 1 divergence, 2 divergences, 1 divergence, 2 divergences up here. Now this is not technically a very good sign, because this also just says to us that we are consolidating in an option. So, you know, it could be some kind of top, but it's also could be a consolidation and an option. And when these things happens and you don't see any kind of move toward the downside, it looks like it's consolidating for a bigger move towards the upside, which is kind of bad. I'm not gonna say whether this is actually good or bad for us right now. The only thing I'm looking for is a breakout towards the upside, a breakout towards the downside. That did not happen yet. So the only thing we can say with certainty right now, DXY unfortunately is still in an uptrend, and that's not actually good for us. It's going a little bit down right now. Bitcoin is just, you know, going into you know, a little bit up, a little bit down, trying to, you know, wiggle its way. What's gonna do up here? Let's go see the daily time frame. You can see daily time frame up here. This last candle up here, it's just kind of waiting. I think we are just kind of waiting because we are at the support down here. And you know, this might wait for another, you know, 4 hours or something like that. You know, 2 hours and 27 minutes until the candle closes. That's also gonna be the FOMC meeting. So, you know, we might be, you know, waiting to bounce off of this level, or just, you know, get crushed on downside. So there is that. There is also this shoe pattern being created up here, which is kind of nice. But, you know, any kind of pattern can vary both towards upside or downside, but it looks like a shoe pattern to me. Now, shoe patterns are bullish patterns, and this can actually definitely break towards upside. But you know, the news can, you know, as well break towards downside. But you know, in any kind of other scenario, I would say that this would already have bounced. If you look this just last part on the 1 hourly time frame and invert this, yesterday in the chat when we had this move up here, I said this looks actually bearish and this was supposed to go down, and technically it did go down a little bit over here. You can see here, maybe a little bit, you know, down here right now, hitting this resistance up here. So but it's still not falling down. It's just hugging the line up here, so you can definitely go back up again. This is small time frame, this is 1 hourly. If you invert it like this up here back in the chart, you can see here we kind of holding this level down here. So a very important level to hold up here. We are going to some kind of shoe pattern up here. I don't know if you see the shoe pattern up here. Let me make it very very nice for you. See, this is the shoe. This is the, you know, heel of the shoe, and this is some kind of you know, leg, very hairy leg. You know, the shoe pattern, guys, the shoe pattern. Somebody calls it Adam and Eve. We call the shoe pattern, and this shoe pattern right now that's playing out over here is actually bullish pattern. It should actually break to Rasa, but the event will actually move us. DXY we talked about. Let me show you one thing up here. DN investor. This is the map of the some currencies. Right now you can see that Norway is up 166%. This index, Euro 100x is 0.05, Northern Scandinavia is 0.35, Frankfurt is down 0.35, Hang Seng went down 179, Moscow is actually down big time because of, you know, the event that's happening right now. But they're not pumping, but they're not dumping either. You know, they're kind of just waiting. So if you go up here to the indexes and look at the stock index of Russia, yesterday it fell down big time. It continued, you know, pre-open was very, very low, but right now we are pumping up a little bit because, you know, it wasn't as bad as, you know, people thought. People thought they're gonna, you know, announce the, you know, nuclear war or whatever. So, you know, it kind of went down big time. So this might also be some kind of reactionary pump towards upside for the stock market in Russia, but this dump was, you know, most likely just, you know, sell the news event. You know, nobody knows what's gonna happen. It's not priced in, but right now we know what's gonna happen. So, you know, people are, you know, buying up again and stuff like that. It just dropped too much. You know, big stuff did not come. So, you know, it's only mobilization and more talk. More talk. Let's go back to S&P 500, see how S&P 500 is doing. So on S&P 500, we already broke the trend over here towards downside. We having this, you know, move up here. We're still waiting what's gonna happen. There is divergence, I think, on the chart. Yeah, there is this is daily chart, so there is divergence on the chart. Now if this starts dumping on downside, the divergence will be corrected over here. I think it did break the trend towards downside, so everything looks like it's waiting to, you know, pump, you know, go towards downside. So this chart, if I was to look at this chart without any kind of FOMC news or anything like that, I would say that this has already broken down. It has a little bit divergence, but it can just go a little bit towards upside up here. And then, you know, continue towards downside. So I would say that this has more likelihood right now to break towards downside than towards upside. Could S&P 500 be, you know, pricing in what's gonna happen on the FOMC meeting or not? I don't know. But, you know, FOMC meeting can also, you know, explode the price towards upside. Then you get some kind of double bottom down here. It's really hard to say what's gonna happen next, because we know, or we think we know, what might happen just by looking at the chart, at the technicals. But when these kind of events happen, it doesn't matter what kind of company you have, right? They will come out in the press conference and say something, and suddenly we'll see price, you know, drop, you know, a lot down or a lot up. Why does that happen? Because it's not priced in. It's some kind of eventful stuff that happens is not priced in. Now, the FOMC meeting, somebody already knows something, guys. I don't know how to find that, but somebody knows something. There are friends of Powell, there are friends of his, you know, team, there are friends of, you know, up there. They got family members, people are talking, people are discussing these kind of things. They already know what they're gonna do with the interest rates. It's not like they're gonna come like, okay, it's 5 minutes to the meeting, to the press conference, are we gonna go up or down? And then they raise their hand, and 5 minutes before the meeting they decide whether the interest rate is gonna go up or down. It's not how it happens. Somebody already knows what's gonna happen. Insiders knows, they have, you know, information before everybody else. Rich people know whether the interest rate is gonna be bad, good, or what they're already pricing in. They're already, you know, programming their bots to do the, you know, this is gonna be strong down move, this is gonna be strong up move, you know, trade this way, trade that way. They're already setting how they are gonna react on the news itself, because they already know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen, but they do know what's gonna happen. Remember that. Always, somebody always know before it happens. Even if you have a big company that makes planes, right? And some kind of contract comes and everybody's shocked. Oh, how this happened? Somebody already knew. Somebody already bought. Insiders bought. You know, insider trading is forbidden it for me and you. But, you know, insider trading for those people at high, you know, high levels of the company and stuff like that. You know, they can. Hey man, I'm gonna give you a tip. You know. This is gonna happen. You know, somebody knows. I just played a shoe pattern on Lunk an hour ago for 33% gain. Nice. So you see up here that that the S&P 500 right now is you know, looking bad. The Dow Jones, it has the same thing. It broke already on the downside. There is definitely over here divergence on the charts, but the divergences are a lag indicator. It cannot tell us very much. Weekly time frame, there is no divergence. S&P 500 weekly time frame, there is no divergence. Everything looks nice, and we are still in this expanding wedge. So S&P 500 and Dow Jones has these expanding wedges towards downside, which should technically be bullish. And the fact that we are just up here, you know, it's still nice. So the bottom of this over here, it's first level is up here previously, second level is down here. Any kind of move below down here is actually quite bad, because you are breaking, you are getting a new lower low in a expanding channel. So whether this is actually done or not, it kind of depends. It's really hard to say what's gonna happen next. My best prediction right now is that this is gonna just, you know, go zigzag up here. There is some kind of, you know, bullish patterns up here, you know, falling channel on the support. But if the news are bad, you know, you can definitely expect a big move towards downside. How much big move towards downside, that depends to be seen. But it all depends on how we react to the news. It all it all depends on how we react to the news. That said, there will be another live stream, guys. There will be another live stream today on the FOMC meeting itself. Before the FOMC meeting, we're gonna live stream the FOMC meeting. We're gonna watch the live chart at the same time. On 1 minute, we're gonna look the reaction of the world, how we are dumping towards downside or how we are pumping towards upside. We're gonna look at the live chart, guys. We're gonna look at the live chart. So make sure to, you know, hit the notifications button, get the notification, because you are probably not getting notifications again. You're probably not getting notifications. If you got notifications today, you are not getting notification later today, because YouTube is weird like that. You know, YouTube likes to, you know, send a few notifications. You know, you get notifications, but you do not get notifications, and you don't get notifications. You know, so make sure to put notifications on. There will be live stream on the FOMC meeting. We will be watching charts live on 1 minute to see how we are pumping, how the news are actually affecting the market as well. So that's gonna be very exciting. Right now, Bitcoin is, you know, climbing a little bit up, a little bit down. It's just consolidating, guys. Just consolidating and waiting. I think everybody's waiting. I think everything is set, you know, for a nice pump or for a nice dump. Everything is just waiting. You can see down here, like, look how nicely it's sitting on the bottom. It's sitting on the support like a champ. It's sitting on the support like a champ. It's just waiting. What time is FOMC? FOMC meeting is 2 hours and 50 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. 2 hours and Forex Factory up here. Let me just copy this up here and just put it over here so you can see it better. This is for today, Wednesday. FOMC meeting is actually it's at 2 p.m. but this is GMT plus 2, right? This is GMT plus 2, you know. Where is Oslo? Why don't you have Oslo? They never have Oslo. They always have some, you know, Budapest or something like that up here. Ljubljana, Prague, whatever. London is +1, but I'm at +2, you know, so, you know, Ljubljana, whatever. All right. So GMT plus 2, you can go to this site, forexfactory.com time zone, but that's in... but the fund rate is at 2 p.m. so it's actually 2 hours and 70 minutes. So whatever time you have in 2 hours and 70 minutes, that's the time where we are having federal funds interest rate. What you can see here, we had a 2.5% before. Right now it's at 3.25. That means a 0.75 up. Forecast, the forecast, this is a forecast. The previous was, you know, 2.5. The forecast is 0.75. So anything above that, it's bad news. So, you know, we are forecasting that the interest rate is gonna be 3.25. If it gets to 0.5, which I don't think is gonna happen, you know, that's gonna be, you know, 200k tomorrow, Bitcoin. But if it's 3.25, and if we get actual 3.25, that can actually be a good thing. But you can see up here, there has been already some bad numbers from Britain. Public sector net borrowing, so they are borrowing more money. Forecast is previous was 2.1 billion. Right, you know, forecast wise gonna be 8.2 billion, but this was actually 11.1 billion. So I'm not sure whether this is a good or a bad thing. High borrowing. I don't know what kind of borrowing it is, but you know, by this graph, you know, up here, June, July, and March, when the Corona hit, there was a huge borrowing happening. So I'm guessing borrowing is a bad thing. Borrowing is a very, very bad thing. So you can see up here that, you know, borrowing forecast actually went up, which is a bad thing. So there is that. Previous 133 German 10-year bond auction. Don't get that. Do we have any kind of crude oil balance? Shit. Yeah, there's the one thing that I wanted to research. If somebody knows I'm gonna do this in Telegram chat. I'm gonna do this in Telegram chat because it can take a little time, you know. It's very, very boring to watch. Till in 8 hours and 60 minutes from now. Nah, it's not in 8 hours and 60 minutes. It's in 2 hours and 50 minutes. Guys, FOMC meeting is in 2 hours and 15 minutes. 2 hours 15 minutes. No, it's not. What do you mean? No, it's not. 2 p.m. Eastern. What do you mean 2 p.m. Eastern time? It's 2 p.m. What do you mean 2 p.m. Eastern time? It's in 2 hours and 50 minutes. It says 2 p.m. What you mean? FOMC meeting time. (12:40 p.m. at the clearinghouse by policies in New York here. So this is September 12. Forging exchange rates 4:15 p.m. Commercial Thursday. This Thursday. No, this is Wednesday. Friday. Wednesday. 21st. Wait, 24th. Where's 20? Here. FOMC meeting. 2 p.m. It's at 2 p.m. What? 2-day meeting September. Oh man! That's so long ago. Oh man, I missed it. It's 2 p.m. but this is what kind of time is this? Is Eastern time? Eastern time. 2 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, it's in 8 o'clock. 8. Oh my god, it's we got unfortunately guys, unfortunately I was mistaken. It's in 8 hours. 8 hours and 15 minutes. 8 hours and 50 minutes FOMC meeting. Oh man, that's long time. That's long time. I did not know that. This is a stupid site, guys. This is a very, very stupid site. What kind of... I mean, if you can change the time up here, if you can change the time, look here, you can click on the time, you can synchronize the time with whatever you want, right? You know, it doesn't matter, like plus 10 hours, mug down, I don't know, save settings. Your synchronized time is 8:47, synchronized time can be top, okay. So we go back to, you know, to wherever we were, I don't know, calendar up here. You know, Wednesday up here, more. Where is it? FOMC meeting, for press. 5 a.m. Yeah, it does change, Why didn't it change when I clicked on this thing over here then? +2. Sarajevo, save settings. Good, let's go back here. Yeah, okay, now it's changed. Okay. It's a good site. It's a good site. I just, you know, I used the go back button instead of, you know, refresh. So right now, you know, it does say that it's 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. my time, you know, +2 hours. It's 8 p.m. Federal. Okay, I sorry guys, my mistake. It happens, you know, I make mistakes sometimes, but it's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. So in 8 hours and 50 minutes, guys, there will be a live stream. That's actually quite good because you know, the kids are asleep. I got time to, you know, be on the PC, you know, no interruptions. I'm gonna go do. Actually, not today. You know what? I'm gonna get my. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna be here, guys. 8:15. You know, in 8 hours and 50 minutes, there will be live stream. Let's find a little pump. Yeah, it's a little bit pump. I mean, it's nothing. It's literally nothing. It's just a small move up down. And I'm expecting this, you know, to not break yet. So, you know, we're gonna see. We got 4 more. We got at least 1, 2, 3, 4 hourly candles. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 hourly candles before something happens. So I'm expecting a little bit moves up, a little bit moves down. So numbers come out in 2 hours. Powell speaks later on. The numbers come out in 2 hours. What do you mean the numbers come out in 2 hours? Kids are asleep. Expect a pump when numbers come out, and then dump on Joe Powell speaks. When do numbers come out? If he speaks on the press conference, and press conference is at 8 p.m. I think it's at 8:30. That's press conference. So do numbers come out exactly at 8? Numbers out 8. Powell speaks 8:30. Yeah. So numbers are out at 8. So before 8, somebody knows something before 8. If you can, guys, you know, find something, I'm gonna put it out like this. There must be some kind of charts. There must be something that's already pricing in the inflation rate. some kind of chart. I don't know whether that's DXY. Maybe DXY is already pricing that in. Maybe this move on DXY, maybe they already know, guys. Maybe they already know and they're already pricing the move. Look at the daily time frame up here. Yesterday, since yesterday, it actually, started going up here towards upside. Since yesterday, they already know. Somebody already knows. So we got, you can analyze certain charts. Doesn't matter whether that's the index chart of the dollar, whether that's the S&P 500, whether that's some kind of bond, some kind of this. If you can, use your brain a little bit and think a little bit about what is mostly affected by interest rates, and in a very volatile way, because somebody knows something and you can actually figure it out before the actual number comes out, what's gonna be like, right? So, smart people out there, I'm not very smart, so there's that. But, smart people out there, I'm telling you, there are people knowing already what the numbers are gonna be like. It's not like they're, 5 minutes to 8, they're coming out, figuring out what the numbers are gonna be. They already know what it's gonna be. It's already priced in somewhere, somehow. So there's that. Eagle is priced in. Guys, I figured it out. Lunk is showing us, what's gonna happen with the interest rates. Lunk is pricing in the interest rates. By the way, guys, I know a lot of people are watching XRP. The only chart I can show you is this one over here. XRP broke the resistance towards upside, which is quite nice. And it's right now retesting that same level right over here. It's retesting that level over here. You can see the chart up here. It's retesting. It's broke towards upside. It's pumpo. I haven't looked at any kind of small time frames up here or anything like that. We got a bigger move down here. There's some kind of line up here. There's some kind of trend line over here as well. Over here as well. Maybe it's going in some kind of rising wedge up here. Maybe, just maybe, there is a rising wedge up here on the chart. That might break down to this level up here, even though it's gonna break down. But if this actually holds, and if it breaks this rising wedge towards upside, it's just gonna explode. XRP, maybe XRP, guys. XRP is always, those conspiracy theories, guys. Oh, look at this and that guy from the XRP is on this and that meeting. So maybe XRP knows what's gonna happen, guys. The smartest one don't talk. Nah, they don't talk, but they do, move their money, so they don't need to talk. You need to find out what they are doing with their money, and then you'll know what's gonna happen. So if you got a Bloomberg terminal, if you got some kind of other way to read the charts that we don't have, some kind of exchange data like from Binance or something like that, or from CME or somewhere else. If you got access to the data, you could probably figure it out. If you are smart, you could probably figure it out. Dodge fixes this. Bonds that are green, which so probably pump. Bonds that are green. Yeah, I mean, I don't know I don't know where they are pricing it in. I don't know what's the first thing that goes up or down after interest rates are revealed. So XRP is winning the case. I don't know how they are winning. I'm not following XRP, so the only thing I can tell you about XRP, it broke a very important resistance level. It's right now in some kind of rising wedge. It's testing the support level. If it bounces out of the rising wedge towards the upside, it's good. If it goes down, it's consolidating, and then if it goes back down, it's bad. So that's the only thing I can actually tell you when it comes to the charts when XRP. So there is that. Bitcoin doing nicely, small pump towards upside. Maybe it's already priced in. Nah, it's not. It's because news came out about a case. Oh, okay. Well, it's doing well. That said, guys, I don't have much left to say. Like I told you, I'm very bearish, guys. Unfortunately, I'm very bearish. I don't want to be bearish, but and the reason I haven't been bearish before, it's because I haven't been watching a lot of YouTubers. I gotta tell you as well. I have before, up here, I really didn't care what other people are saying. But when I get like a little bit scared, then I was like, what I like to do is I like to look for hopium, right? I like to look for hopium. I like to look at a good chart. I like to somebody come and tell me, hey man, it's gonna be okay. This is gonna happen, I need some kind of hopium. When I see that stuff is a little bit better, I need hopium. So what I do is I go and look at other YouTubers, look at other charts, listen to a lot of stuff, which is never a good thing because they are often more bearish than me. They are thinking always doomsday scenarios in their head, which affects me greatly. Watch Gareth Selway. No, thank you. I know he's bearish, so I don't want to watch him. So there is always some kind of doomsday scenario that they are pointing out, which can actually technically happen, for whatever reason. But it kind of gets me scared, right? It kind of gets me, and I'm very emotional. That's why I'm not a good trader. I'm very emotional when it comes to stuff. So, you know, there's that. So yesterday I was looking at this, you know, trying to find some kind of hope up here, rising wedge into a channel up here. Right now, you know, holding this channel up here, and hopefully, you know, we bounce towards upside. So, you know, found something that I can, you know, leech my hopes onto, and there is that. Whether I'm gonna sell or not, whether I'm gonna hedge my position, I'm a little bit unsure about what's gonna happen. You know, the world is a little bit different than 2018, 2015. The world is definitely a little bit different. You can see right now, you know, Russia is mobilizing the forces. They're not mobilizing entire, you know, country. They're mobilizing reserve forces. Right now, the Putin had a speech today, and they are mobilizing, from what I can read, 300,000 new soldiers for Ukraine war, which is just gonna escalate things. So we still nothing is actually technically happening. It's just more mobilization for Russia. But we are kind of in status quo up here, and you know, it's you know, it's just holding, trying to get more terrain and stuff like that. There has not been any kind of big events that actually change the stuff that's happening between Ukraine and Russia right now, and the West and the East. Also, John Biden said something about that. You know, if China attacks, you know, Taiwan, that they will send American soldiers to defend the Taiwan. So, you know, it's pretty bold statement on live TV that, you know, that if something happens in Taiwan, then, you know, Russia, China and America will be in the war 100%. So there's that. So, you know, the world's a little bit different. You know, we don't discuss politics up here, but we do like to look at the charts, and we do like to know what's happening that can affect our prices. So, you know, it's okay to know that, you know, the way I see that this development in the war right now, it's not going to affect that much. I think it's you know, yesterday, you know, Russian stock market dumped big time, but that's because they did not know what he's going to say. But now that we had this speech from Putin that, you know, he said just more mobilization and stuff like that, people are like, okay, whatever. Okay, let's look at a FOMC meeting, you know. So I think there is that. So, you know, no world war just yet between the West and Russia and China and stuff like that. So, you know, we can relax. It's okay. So as long as the FOMC meeting goes fine, we all good, guys. We all good. I'm gonna leave you with that. It's been a long video. We've been streaming for 1 hour right now. I hope you do have a nice day. And if you are a hodler and you know, you're hodling, make sure to don't get bit by the FUD, you know. You can be smart and not a good trader at the same time. Look at me, I'm very dumb. Most of us are. There we go. Because news came out about case highs today. Putin's phone meeting time just right. Yeah, but Putin's speech did not have a big effect on the market. Like, market's actually going a little bit up. If you look at the market's actually going a little bit up, right? So Putin's speech comes out, you know, Norway is not falling down, Euro 100 is not, Frankfurt is right now up in green. Russia is gonna probably start in green as well. You know, the Putin speech did not have effect on Europe. So that means that, you know, it really does matter. It really does matter. It's all theater. It might be. Have a nice day, guys. In 8 hours and 1 minute, we're gonna have live stream. By the way, is the 4-hourly closing right now? No, it's not. It's 1 hour is closing right now. Nah, nothing happened. I so much doubt we are going lower than 70k. It can be that. It can be that. We're gonna see that. But in 8 hours, guys, there is gonna be live stream. Make sure to have notifications on, because we gotta know. We gotta know what's happening with FOMC meeting. Guys, join KuCoin. Gems might just be very, very cheap. Bye-bye. Maybe, just maybe. Let me see. Let's give people a little optimism while we can.